Hey bikers, welcome back to the channel. I don't know if you are like me and have a problem with bags and owning bags and wanting all the coolest bags and trying all the coolest bags and then having way too many bags, clogging up all kinds of places, and you can't use all those bags, and then you have to sell all those bags, and then you're buying more bags to replace the ones you sold. And so yeah, you probably have that same bag problem. I certainly do, but I've cured it over the last couple of years by sticking with some bags that work, and I think I may have found another one that's pretty amazing, and could perhaps replace a few of the other bags in its category out there. And so today I wanted to tell you a little bit about Routewerks Handlebar Bag. This thing is pretty amazing, and we're going to dive into the details about it right now. So the Routewerks Handlebar System is Routewerks' take on the traditional roadie style handlebar bag that we might all be familiar with, a sort of classic shape, kind of square shape, mounts onto the handlebars somehow, and will be kind of various sizes, maybe 3 liters, 5 liters, 7 liters, sometimes bigger, but it mounts on the handlebars and it kind of fits in between your levers. And so Routewerks' take on this category of bag is actually a pretty amazing piece of equipment. There's a lot to go into, but some of the features, I'll hit off some of the features here that really make it stand out. And so number one is the bracket that goes on the handlebar. So there are shims available depending on your different handlebar size, but this is the 31/8 that will fit most bikes. And the bag itself, once this is on your handlebar, the bag itself attaches very robustly to this metal hinge, or metal part. And then, let's see if I can do it here for you, locks in place. And once it's locked in place, there is no movement of this bag on your handlebar, which for me is critical. I hate stuff rattling around on the front of my bike. And so I love this feature because of how robust it is. One of the other, oops, look at that. So one of the other cool things that you can do when this mount is on your handlebars is you can get another mount from them called the out front mount. And so that would have a mount that would allow you to put other kinds of electronics that you might want to put on there, or phone mounts. And so you do have some options as far as what else you can put on the front of this. But this is actually really one of the things I love most about this bag is the handlebar attachment. So next up, when it comes to the bag, is no zippers, no Velcro. Those things eventually fail. In this case, what they've done is gone with a hard lid that pops open on a hinge really easily, has a little lock right here, and has a bit of weight to it. So, it will, when you're riding, it will bounce open if you hit stuff, but if you just need it to kind of sit down for a bit, it just drops down really nicely. Once you're inside, there's this pocket, and you can even put a little bit of stuff in behind this stretchy bit here. So there's a little pocket in here for a few things. These bungees here, you can see here that are on top, I actually made them as loose as possible. And when I had them really loose, I was able to put a 3-liter dry bag underneath here with some clothes when I was riding to work one day. And so I was able to kind of add 3 liters of capacity to this bag. Once we're inside of it, I don't know if you can see inside there, but there's lots of organizational pockets, and actually quite a big main pocket, and it even includes a shoulder strap that's already attached, which is very cool if you need to transport it around with you. Now, one of the things that I've heard people complain about this bag is the weight of it. They're like, oh, it feels so heavy, and it is. It actually has a little bit of weight to it. But that's actually what makes it good, because then you can do things with this bag that you can't with other smaller bags. You can add a bell mount to it. You could put that mount on this side and have your light there if you wanted. It's amazing. And the sort of key feature of this is the ability to mount your phone there, or your GPS right on the top of the handlebar bag, keeping your handlebar area and your stem area free of other things. And so your hands have free movement and nothing's cluttering your handlebars, which I really like. I don't like having straps in the way, and I like being able to just move my hands around freely on my bars. And this does a great job of actually removing a bunch of accessories off your handlebar and putting them on the bag. So very smart design. And again, that sort of heft, when you've got all these extra bits on there, matters. Things aren't moving and it's not shaking all over the place. It's actually pretty great. Now, the other thing I've noticed with this bag is just how much stuff you can get in it. Now, it does come off as being fairly small. You know, it is smaller than, let's say, the Ortlib Ultimate handlebar bag in a 5 liter. This is a little bit smaller. I'd say maybe it's like a 4 liter, in about that range, but you can jam a lot of stuff in here. Here's a tube. This isn't even everything that I could put in here. A patch kit, some tire levers, musette bag with a t-shirt in it, and it goes. Just jam it in there. Batteries for the camera. Yeah, that thing, my wallet. Where's my phone? Phone's around here somewhere. Might have left it back at the store. Phone would go in there. Shades. Close it nice and boom. And it's all in there. And there's actually still room in there for gloves and some snacks and all kinds of stuff. So pretty cool, hey? Here we go. Lastly, there's a couple of little pockets on the outside that are held with this bungee. And what I have in there is I have a full multi-tool tucked in there. Let's see if we can get it back in there. And just got to get this little guy hooked in. And then on this side, I actually have a couple of CO2 cartridges jammed in there on that side, on the outside, ready to go all the time. Has a little bit of reflectivity on the front, so going down the road, there's a little toggle there. And then I think I mentioned it before, but the bungees that are on the top here can be adjusted inside. So who might be interested in using this bag? Well, anybody that maybe has a GPS on their bike, or a bell on their bike, or a light on their bike, or their handlebars, maybe you're kind of crowded. Put one of these on, put that bag there, and suddenly everything migrates off your handlebars, giving you some freedom there, which is pretty sweet. Roadies, I think, would really like this because it's just a very neat and tidy package that doesn't rattle and is waterproof, and you can see all your data. Who else might like it? I think gravel riders would probably be into this, and maybe not so much bike packers because it's kind of small, and traditional touring, or even just booting around the city where you want to have a really versatile, tough bag. So yeah, that's the Routewerks Handlebar Bag System. Come check it out at the shop when you get a chance, and we also can ship across Canada. Let me know what you think. See you later.